Today we are going to talk about an iconic shot from an iconic film, Apur Sansar, a great film by a great filmmaker, Mr. Satyajit Ray. This shot is from Apur Sansar, which is part 3 of the Apur trilogy, Potir Panchali, Aparajita and Apur Sansar, based on the Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay's novel. So in this part, the final part of the Apu trilogy, the three great Apu films, Apu has grown up now and he is staying in the city and he is an aspiring writer who finds it very difficult to make both ends meet. But that is not on his mind because his world is full of idealism and dreams, and he has great visions of the future and of the artist which he wants to become. So, money is right now not the main criterion for him. And in this scenario, he has a very good friend who one day takes him to his village, the friend's village, to attend a marriage ceremony. And in that marriage ceremony, what happens? That the bridegroom is mentally unstable, so the marriage has to be cancelled last minute, and then the girl is, left unmarried. And in those times, this was a period film. In those times, the villagers thought that the girl has become tainted now, so nobody is going to marry her. This was the story in in olden times. So now what could be done? So the friend suggested Apu to get married to his relative, who is played by Sharmila Tagore. She was very young then; she was just around 15, and he tells Apu to get married to her. Who, after much thought and much thinking that to save this girl also and his circumstances, he decides to get married to her. And on the first night, he asks her, "You got married to me, but do you know who I am? And what is my economic condition?" So she says, "Yes, I know that you are a writer." And she just nods her head and she says, "I know." He asks her, "Will you be able to live in poverty?" And she says, "Yes, I will be able to live in poverty." So he takes her to his house in Kolkata. It is a small hutment on a terrace. They go up, climb the stairs and go up. He opens the door, and this girl who has lived in a lavish mansion, a lavish house in the village with servants all around, comes to this tiny house, tiny hutment, just one small room, and she looks around and he says that, "I'll go and pay the carriage driver and come back." And she looks around and she becomes very sad because for the first time she has left her home, and from a huge mansion she has come to this small house, and she goes near the window and she cries. And then she hears a child from outside the window playing in the courtyard, and she looks outside the window. Now this is the shot which I am talking about and which is coming on your screen right now. What a beautiful shot. What fantastic composition if you look at it. There is a torn curtain, and from that torn curtain you can see her eyes and the tears which are coming out of her eyes. So because of that element of the curtain being torn, your attention is drawn to that eye, that the close up of the eye, and there are two grills in between. So she is almost caged in between those two grills, and it is a fantastic composition, and it is an iconic shot, beautiful composition. And apart from the composition, apart from cinematographically, it also tells you the content, the story. It advances the story. It is not just a beautiful frame, but the torn curtain tells you the position of the person who is living in the house. So just a small element of property, one small element, one small curtain can change the mise-en-scene so much. So these are the tools of cinema with which you play with. One small property, one small art design can tell you so much of the person who is living in the house. So it is about composition, it is about the condition, the story, and also what creativity. This crying scene can be shot in thousands of ways by hundreds of filmmakers. What Ray has done has cemented this shot. This film was made in 1959, I think, and still we are looking at this shot, studying at this shot in film schools, and this shot has become associated with Apur Sansar as well. Whenever you think of Apur Sansar, you think of this beautiful shot. So what imagery, what imagination. And another great part is that this curtain, this stone curtain, has been planted in the film's first shot. When the film opens and it is raining, and Soumitra Chatterjee, the great actor, the great Bengali Indian actor who is sleeping, and rain is coming in, and the torn curtain has been shown in a long shot. So this has been planted earlier. It doesn't suddenly comes out all of a sudden. This is another cinema technique of plantation in the script, of planting something which we may talk about later. So today we have seen and spoken about this beautiful, lovely, iconic shot from the film Apur Sansar by Mr. Satyajit Ray. So enjoy this shot, and if you have not seen the film, please watch this film. It's a fantastic film, and one of Ray's best works, Apur Sansar, Apur's World, from the trilogy. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for many more such videos of many more beautiful films. Thank you.